like mixed and mastered and all the fun stuff that goes along with that. So I thought it was a really fun song, and yeah, so I actually wrote it and made it last year, but it didn't come out until this year.
See, sometimes things just gotta sit for a second so it can marinate, and then it could be turned into greatness.
Of course.
Right?
Yes.
So I have a few people saying a few comments. One, someone said, Young Executive says, do you get compared to Ariana Grande?
Actually, yes. I personally do not hear it. Like, I'm not even just saying that to be like, oh my God, I'm so stupid. Like, I don't hear it. Like, I'm not even saying it like that. I genuinely don't really hear that comparison too much, but I have been compared to her before. I'm actually wearing her merch right now. I do love her though. I love her music.
Look at that.
I don't know. I don't hear the comparison.
Okay, well, that's okay. Okay, and Introvert, hey Sophie Lee, she says all creatives usually get bullied due to being different, but still shining shining enough to stand out.
Yes,
that's true.
I think that's
yes. Can you grab me the charger? That's right on the table there. Yes, sorry. Okay, so let's see who else is saying what here. Let's interact with everybody a little bit more. Let's see what everyone is saying. Let's go up a little bit more. Anybody has any comments? Okay. Yes, please. Let's go. Live. Love it. Oh, those are good comments. Are you seeing them, Victoria, on your end?
Yes, I am. I'm looking at all of them.
Let's go, Victoria. Hi, Anna. Hearts are going up, girl.
Victoria
Yes.
And Ariana Grande collab. That's definitely another dream collab. I would probably pass out.
Oh my goodness. Sounds like somebody else we need to tag in, huh? All right. So let's see. We have everyone saying your voice is incredible. What an angelic voice from Betty. Very sweet. Will you catch me when I fall? Okay, was it inspired by a true story or you were just being creative?
Yes, that was. So basically the whole meaning of the song is falling for somebody as you're still getting to know them. And I feel like that's something that I definitely have done in the past. And I tend to like to write my music about personal experiences because I feel that it can relate better to people. So it's more authentic. Yeah, it's more authentic. It's more like me rather than coming up with like some concept in my head that never really happened. So for me, I wrote this song out of the personal experience for the current relationship that I'm in right now. So in the beginning, it was just a lot of different emotions, a lot of different feelings, and I was basically falling before I really even knew who my boyfriend was. But turned out to be an awesome guy, just in case anyone wants to know. And yeah, so I wrote the song because of that experience.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, because I know sometimes, you know, people want to keep their lives private, musically, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for you to share that, that is really you being very transparent with us, and we appreciate that so much. Okay, so what advice do you want to give to anybody who's trying to break into the industry? What can you tell them to really kind of motivate them to really, you know, stand out and be their own person?
Yeah, for sure. So I think especially now, it is very challenging to break out into this overnight superstar that everybody kind of wants to be and everyone is striving for because of how many people are trying to do it at the same time. So I think that you have to find something that differentiates your artistry from the girl or guy sitting right next to you. And I still struggle with this myself. Like, I'm still trying to, you know, learn the process and understand it all. But I like to use Billie Eilish as an example. So Billie Eilish to me is extremely unique. Like, personally, I've never heard any girl be that like different and weird and all of these crazy things like spiders in her music videos crawling all over her face and all of the black like liquids. If you've ever seen her music videos, they're very like out of the ordinary weird, and her voice and her tone and artistry is also very different from anything that current pop music has ever really heard. So I think something super important is to try to find what differentiates you from somebody else. And I'd also say that you have to be extremely hardworking and willing and dedicated into your career for anything to really happen. Because if you just sit there and you're like, okay, I like to sing for fun and whatever, and you don't put the work and the motivation, whatever, behind it, and it's not really gonna go anywhere, you know? So you have to be extremely willing and dedicated to work hard at your craft if it's what you're passionate about.
I hear you. Very well said, by the way. And another thing that people just don't know about the music industry, it's freaking expensive. People just don't know how much it really costs to go out, do demo, go out and have studio time. You got to pay managers. You got to pay studio time. You got to pay for your album release. You got to pay for illustrations for your EP covers, like, and touring. You know, sometimes you may not have a glam team. You got to do everything yourself with your family. You know what I mean? People just don't understand how expensive it is. And this is most of the time how a lot of people just don't make it because they can't keep up.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of sad, though, if you think about it, that, you know, the reason why maybe someone wouldn't make it is because of their financial situation. Like, they have a gift from God, and all they want to do is just express it to the world and, you know, try to make a difference in some way or whatever their message may be. But just because they don't have the funds and the, you know, right situation to make it what they can see in their head, it's upsetting, you know?
So, it's expensive.
Unfortunately, but though, that's kind of the music industry.
It is the music industry, but some people, it's either one, they have the heart and the passion and the patience to put up and sustain everything, and some people they just want to be in front of the limelight and just want to be a superstar overnight, and they're thinking everything's gonna just, you know, happen quickly, and half the time it doesn't work.
Very rare that happens. And I think that the most recent person, at least in my like generation-ish that I know of, that's kind of happened to, is Charli D'Amelio, TikTok star. Like, literally overnight sensation. And she has like, what, 40, 50 million followers now on TikTok? I think that is crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a question. Let's see here. Mr. 97 Philadelphian says, "What made you pick up drumming, Victoria? I'm a working drummer myself. What made you pick that talent up?"
Question. So actually, when I was in middle school, it was the 7th grade, I believe. They offer a program at my school district, and it's called Rock Ensemble. And so I've never really been the type to like join. I don't have anything against it, but I don't necessarily like chorus or like band or anything. So when I found out that my school was offering Rock Ensemble, I was like, oh my God, I have to try out. Like, I really want to make it, really want to make it. So I tried out for Rock Ensemble, and I basically got like the part. I guess I was part of the band, but I was a lead singer, and I was also a like backup pianist because I also do play the keys a little bit. But that year, there was like 1 or 2 people that tried out for drums, and that was it, when usually there's a lot more kids that try out for drums. But there was a shortage of people that, you know, wanted to play drums. So my music teacher actually offered it to like any of the kids that were actually in the band already. So he kind of just announced it in class, and he was like, hey guys, we don't really have a lot of drummers this year, so if anyone's interested, if you've never played, we can teach you, whatever. So I don't really know what made me say, like, yes, I'll try it, but I just did. And I was like, hey, like, I'll be willing to stay after and learn or whatever you need. And so I stayed after with him a lot, and he basically taught me how to play the drums, and I absolutely love it. So thank you.
For free?
Yes,
for free.
For free, because it's school.
Free 99.
Yes.
So we said free 99.
Yes. So I'm super thankful for my 7th grade teacher, because he is kind of what got me into the drums. And yeah, that's how I learned.
That's good. That's good that you said yes. Y-E-S. Yes. I learned that in life, you should say yes to a lot of things, especially if it could benefit you in the long run.
Of course.
Because if you say no, you just never know what may have happened.
Definitely.
Right?
Yep.
So that's great. So how many years have you been playing the drums officially?
So 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th, 11th, 12th, 6 years.
6 years. Okay, guys, if you guys are looking for an artiste that also plays the drums, this is your girl, Victoria. All right. So we have a question from Nikki. Nikki says, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's a good question. I'd like to think that in 5 years, I'd have a little bit of a broader fan base where I could be doing maybe like a mini tour or something around like a few states, like maybe just on the like East Coast, maybe, you know. I don't know. I'd love to. One of my dream things to do is collaborate with like a clothing brand. Like I really like clothing and like style and everything. It's more of a recent hobby of mine, I guess. But I love like pairing outfits together and like buying cool things, I guess. So I'd love to like collaborate with a clothing brand and make like merch, maybe like more like personalized merch for people. I also really love makeup, so maybe collabing with like a makeup company, and also just constantly putting out music. And I've never put out an album or an EP, so maybe within the next like year-ish, maybe 2, I could get like an EP or an album together to put out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are great goals.
Thanks.
I love it. I love it. You said something about the clothing collaborations. Now, with our Youth Empowerment Show, we get in contact with a lot of clothing brands and apparels. So since you already put it out in the universe, if you ask, you shall receive.
Amazing.
So we will get in touch with you in regards to some clothing brands, some that are in our network, and we are willing to share them with you because it's all about sharing. It's all about branding, and it's all about collaborations, right?
Yes.
So we will with you on those brands, and I'm sure that they will send you some great free stuff and collaboration for them.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. Perfect. Okay, so yes, Dante says